Hey, what's going on? It's Orchid MTG, and today got a little bit of a mail day. We're gonna be going through the red cards, like I promised, and then before we do all that, I just wanted to show this misprint that I found while going through some bulk. As you can see, it's like really faded. It's much easier to see in person, but it's nice. It's faded. There's some scuffing on it and stuff, but it's pretty nice. The back is normal. So I just wanted to show that off. One day I'll do my whole misprint collection, but first let's go through this eBay box. Sealed on both ends, so it's the first time I'm looking at it. Alright. Let's see if I got scammed. I doubt it. So, inside that box was a bubble mailer. And inside the bubble mailer, we have an Army of Alad Dark. It's a 9 quad plus. Pretty nice. Will go towards my Arabian Nights collection. Eventually, I will get the full set, but you know, that'll be a while. Anyway, we'll put that off to the side for now. And let me organize myself a tiny bit. Let's get the red cards. Let's get them all ready. All right. First one we're gonna do is Hill Giant. Oh, it's really far down in the card saver. All right, let's take a look off camera really quick. All right. So, I'm not really going to comment on centering. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it's still pretty nice. There's a little dot in the corner. Maybe a little over here. I don't think so, though. Off camera, I can't really see it. But on camera, it was reflecting the light in a weird way. Pretty nice. I'm going to try to move a little quicker today. Because we only got one more video of Unlimited left. Then I'm going to move on to something else. I haven't decided yet. Gray Ogre, again, centering issues. This card's basically perfect. Maybe a little bit at the top there. Right there. Yeah, a little bit. So not perfect, but... Ooh, and a line. Let me see if that's off camera. Yeah, a little bit. We'll see what they say about that. Still probably a card I'd send in. Although with the centering, you got something on the edge and on the surface and the centering. Maybe it wouldn't be a card that I'd send in. So, we'll see. Obviously, I'm not sending anything in anytime soon, so... actually, I might be sending something in soon. But... we'll see. Looks like there's a print dot, if you can see. Maybe? Yeah, you can kind of see it there. And a little bit on the edge. Actually, quite a bit on the edge, but they're very small. Another line. That kind of stinks because I like Herloon Minotaur. Hands are getting a little sweaty. I don't want to get that on the cards. Trying to air them out a little bit. All right, fire breathing. It's There's a line. These must be like roller lines or something. I still think a lot of these are 8.5s. And you know, you might get lucky and get something better. Alright, next up. Oh, this is one of my favorite artworks. This is Earthbind. And the centering is actually pretty good on it. It's not great, but it's pretty good. So let's take a look. Can't wait to go through those cards from the dark. Ooh. Little dot up there. That looks like a factory dot because of where it's located. See, it's like right in the middle. Usually that happens at the factory. So, oh well. I know PSA like sometimes will be a little forgiving about those because, you know, it's a factory thing and not a person thing. So I don't know how BGS does it. In fact, there's not a lot of BGS return videos like there is with PSA. People like to do videos where they show the cards and their grades and stuff. But PSA doesn't really, or BGS submitters don't really do that as often. So, you know, maybe I'll be one of the first. I don't mind, because I love videos like that. I'd love to see someone, you just go through a box of BGS without, like, you know, and just look over each card individually, and, you know, other than you know, talk about BGS as a whole or grading as a whole, or you know, some other topic that isn't related to the card themselves. You know, I'd love to just spend some time and just open the cards and take a look at what grades they got, you know, instead of, you know, trying to have a discussion on, you know, anyway. Earth Elemental up next. It's a cool card. The art's a little funky. Is that a fingerprint? Yeah. Looks like it might just be a fingerprint. Up top, there's a little line of something on the edge. It's hard to see, actually. I'm trying to go quick, so I don't want it to be another 20-minute video if I can help it. Because sometimes I take 2 minutes on one card, and, you know, if I do that on almost every card, that when there's 20 cards and I take 2 minutes on one, you know, then the likelihood of it being a 20-minute video just goes up. So I'm going to try to keep this under 10. This one's really nice, actually. Really nicely centered, especially on the back. I don't see anything on the edges. Surface looks relatively nice. That's a really nice card. I will get that one graded. That one's worthy of getting graded. Alright, 2 more cards. So we got Iron Claw. Take a good look. Really nice. Edges and corners. You know, for a lot of these, the edges and corners are awesome. You know, some surface stuff. And, you know, not every card is perfect on the edges and corners, but I'm very surprised. A lot of the cards I bought, and I might have to go back and see if the person I bought from still has more unlimited and buy more. Up here, there's a little smudge there. That might come off, might not. I mean, I will take a couple surface flaws or centering flaws for over edges and corners, because I generally think that in an 8.5, looking like when you look at a card, like let's take this, right? When you look at a card, it's really hard to see the surface on a card like this in the case. It's easy to see the centering, but you know, you can't really control that. Like I could control how the surface looks to a point, you know. Obviously things can come out of the pack with damage, but it's hard to see the surface. So as long as so mainly when I look at a card, I look at the edges and the corners, and and when it's in a case like this, if it's an 8.5 but it has perfect edges and corners and there's just a little surface thing, I barely notice it. So, you know, it has really good eye appeal regardless of it having a little surface flaw that might take it down to an 8 or an 8.5. So, either way, that's it for this video. I know I didn't talk about the cards that much, but, you know, still showed them. And we still have quite a bit to go. We have one more video, and we're going to be doing all this. So it's going to be a longer video, and then we'll move on to something else. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.